ahead.
Well, I believe that was the first time you became a star. You didn't become a superstar until like Bowser's Inside Story, which we'll get to in a moment. But if it wasn't for that, I don't think you would be on your own channel and making videos for it.
Well, okay, well, there's that part there to it, but I think it might have been a little down the road actually with it when we started doing the actual co-ops for the channel.
Oh, okay.
Alright, but no, my first ever Let's Play was Ocarina of Time, which is still my favorite Zelda game.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Of all time. Like I own the N64 version of it, even though it's at my nephew's right now. The GameCube version of it. The only one I don't own is the 3DS version of it, but I can find that sometime down the road. I'm not really hesitant and getting it, even though it probably would be good to get in maybe Let's Play one day, just for the sake of Let's Playing it.
Oh yeah.
But I've also done the Master Quest version too, which is something that we can probably get into a little later.
Perhaps, I suppose. I mean, it's your channel. I mean, I'm not going to say anything that would otherwise jeopardize it. But I would. It would be nice though. But I will say that for what it was pretty good as far as your first ever Let's Play. I mean, usually your first Let's Play is not that good. I mean, most everybody's first Let's Play is not that memorable.
Well, to me, it wasn't really like starting off. It wasn't really memorable because it was like trying too hard, basically.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, like you just getting started. Most people when they start, you know, if you're gonna try to be funny, in it, it's like the commentary didn't flow natural to me. So I'm trying to force the words out to say something and then maybe criticize Kibora, but basically what I found as I got deeper into it and as I started watching other Let's Players do it is, well, you know, learn from how they do, like from the intros to just letting everything flow. So basically that's how my style developed, really, from just watching a few other Let's Players.
Oh, yes. You just let it flow, is that what it is?
Yeah, whatever comes out of the mouth is being said.
Well, that's pretty much, you know, when I first, you know what, you're right. When I started, I just kind of forced it, but even later into that same Let's Play, my first one, I did get better, but it wasn't that much better. And in fact, even if you watch, I'm pretty sure you are familiar with my wrestling series.
I am.
If you watch my earliest videos and then you watch a video now, it's like night and day. I mean, like back then I was so nervous, but nowadays it's like it just comes naturally to me. But that's just one example. I'm not gonna dwell on it though.
No, because everyone's like that though too. Right? Don't know what to expect with anything.
Yeah, and sometimes it just comes naturally, like even singing parts of songs, like for example, whenever I get an ice power up, I always sing, "I'm as cold as ice." Like I love that song, "Cold as Ice," by the band known as Foreigner.
Yeah.
Like, but by the way, what do you think of that little motif that I do?
Oh, you like when you start singing songs out of nowhere?
Well, yeah, as well as "Cold as Ice," I meant.
Well,
As well.
it's not a bad gimmick. It's actually good. It's a good concept to do. There are I know there's another couple of Let's Players that may do it at times, but if you know a lot of your classic music, and let's just face facts, a lot of today's people are probably more into other superstars that I don't want to even say names.
Okay.
But like,
You mean like Lady Gaga, among others?
yeah, but you know, but I'd say worse people than Lady Gaga.
Oh God. Well, I'm pretty sure I could think of some, but as far as music is concerned, I really do like music.
I mean,
Uh,
let's just
oh,
let's face it, facts right now. Like, for example, Justin Bieber. If you're a fan of him, then you really need to check yourself into rehab.
oh God, yes. Oh my God, Justin Bieber, and I almost forgot about him though. Thanks for reminding me, Cole.
Yeah, well, that's the unfortunate thing. I didn't want to remind anyone of him.
Well, as far as us Much Gamers on Much Games Guides, we always pull Cole's leg every time Cole does something wrong or he does something bad by us. We always say, and I quote, "Damn it, Cole!"
Yep, and you can thank Nufi Banga for that for his. I think it's Shin Megami Tensei 3. No, just Persona games. Um, there was one particular video because Let's Play that he did. He used Ceres Fantasy, a retired Let's Player now,
Yeah.
as one character, himself as another, and me as the thief. And every time that I missed something, he went, "Damn it, Cole!" I'm pretty sure he could have named a video after it.
Oh my God. Oh, I see. Whenever he wants you to steal something and you fail, damn it, Cole.
Yep,
More or less. I don't know, but wow.
that's how that got on from him.
Yeah, I would not have known that actually, but I mean, I don't even recall ever watching it though. I just could not get into that particular game, so I wouldn't have known.
It's okay. You've heard of the game Secret of Mana?
Yeah.
It's the third game in that series, but I think it's the third game in that series. It's just I might have to look it up though later out of the Let's Play list, but no, I think it's related to that series though too. It's Japanese only. You meant to get an American port of it, or American translation.
Yeah, I've seen those American translations, and I actually do have one. Well, not of that particular game. I'm talking about what's it? Final Fantasy III, the real Final Fantasy III. Only problem was, as much as I really wanted to actually do a Let's Play of that game, only problem was the translation was very, very crappy. It's in fact so crappy I couldn't even play it because I didn't know I didn't understand a word they were saying because it was just translated poorly. So much for that game, but enough about that. So yeah, whenever we poke fun at Cole, sometimes whenever he does something wrong by us, we just say "Damn it, Cole." So that's just that's really where it comes from.
Yeah,
Sorry. Yeah.
that's what that came big time out of that one.
I'm sorry for laughing about that.
Don't worry about it.
But hey, we always joke around at on each other's expense. So he could do it to me as much as I could do it to him, as far as poking fun. But let's see other stuff we could talk about. Well, okay, so you got through high school, you got through making the website, but let's see. Oh yeah, your earliest Let's Plays on your own channel.
Ah, yeah, them phone ones.
Yeah.
Well, the first Let's Play I did on the channel was was Sonic the Hedgehog for the Master System or the Game Gear.
Oh, the Master System. I remember that one. In fact, it was not like the Sonic that I was familiar with. It was like 8-bit, if anything else.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. It's like Nintendo's rival to the NES.
Yeah, I mean it was good, but you couldn't beat Nintendo with the NES. Like the NES was the thing back in the day.
Yeah, and well, it kind of still is a thing now if you talk to the right people.
Mm-hmm.
But the Game Gear did revolutionize how portable color was. Because I don't know if you remember the original Game Boy.
Yeah, I actually had a Game Boy, back in was it 93, 92 back in those days. I remember my dad, he actually got a Game Boy when it came out in 1989. And the first game he got was Tetris, and he played it like every day that he had a break. And it was so fun to play Tetris. And well, the screen was green, but it had but what was on the game was in black, and it was pixelated. And as good as it was, and it was really good for what it was, yeah, the Game Gear did revolutionize the fact that you could play a portable color game. Now that was pretty cool for its time. The only real drawback was that it ran out of battery really quickly.
Yeah, but that's the problem with it, and Sega didn't really do a whole lot with it neither. Like 25, if I remember correctly, only 25 games came out for it.
Yeah, that's really sad, and in fact, it was really sad overall that they bowed out of the console market, because I actually did enjoy the Dreamcast, and yet by the time they finally got their act together, it was too late. I mean, they had already screwed up in terms of their business decisions, and the fact that consumers would get very, very upset, like with releasing the Saturn. Like, I mean, either you're gonna use that as your permanent one, or you're not. I mean, like, come on, make up your mind. Like, it was just. That's why I was so happy that I was a fanboy of Nintendo, because I had a cousin who he was just irate at the fact that Sega would just they would just screw up. Sega would.
Yeah, Sega, when it had the Genesis going out, it was pretty good, because I did have a Genesis, and a lot of good games with it, actually. Like NHL 94, some Mortal Kombat games, should remember now some other ones off the top of my head. The Shining Force series, the two of them anyway, for that, the first two.
Sorry.
That's alright.
Yeah.
You gotta sneeze out Grodus at some point.
Oh, I'm sorry. I mean, I was just trying to cough. I had something in my throat and I had to cough it out, but it's okay. It's okay.
Oh, well, in that case, you gotta cough up Grodus at some point.
What? Oh! You said you think I have a frog in my throat, huh?
Just trying to make a joke here and there if I can.
Well, you know what? As far as we'll talk about Grodus later on, but we go back to your first couple of Let's Plays. You want to know what I thought about it?
Go ahead.
What I thought about it was good. I actually did enjoy the commentary, of course, was much different then as opposed to now, but even then it was pretty good. But honestly, I actually started to really enjoy it when you did Mother 1, Earthbound Zero, whatever you want to call it.
Well, Mother is technically the correct name, but Earthbound Zero was a fan translation of Mother.
Yeah, Mother. That was actually a good game. Mother, like from Marvin Gaye's song. Sorry for bringing up Marvin Gaye for that, but anyway. No, Mother, the actual game, I actually really enjoyed it, especially the fact that you didn't force anything. It just came naturally to you. And then there were some times when the game would, like, how do I put this? There were some weird moments in that game that just made you go, and I remember the first couple of times you were like, what? Like, where you just went like, what?
Yeah. That right there, that's the what part like that. Usually, so when something catches me really off guard.
Yeah.
And I mean really, really off guard, I might try to do a voice like that, but generally it usually don't happen much.
Yeah. I mean, like, or you would say, what the hell? Like, I love it when you say it like that. It was so funny. And, but you know what? I think among the funny parts of, and folks, do check out his Mother Let's Play, or Earthbound Zero as it's called, that is funny. I'm telling you, because among other moments, you talked about, or okay, your character was in a zoo. It was abandoned, and that the only animals that survived or stayed in the cages were the penguins, right?
Yep.
And I remember the joke you said, but I think it's better you tell it.
Well, basically, it was about Sidney Crosby being in there, and so I was like, yeah, I wonder if Sidney Crosby was one of the ones in there. Maybe Mario Lemieux.
I love it. Okay, folks, if you don't get the joke is that it's a reference to the Pittsburgh Penguins of the National Hockey League in the United States and Canada, and Sidney Crosby is currently a player, and Mario Lemieux is perhaps the greatest player to ever play for the Penguins.
Yeah,
Which,
back in his time, anyway.
well, yeah, of course, but, well, heck, all time, actually. I mean, well, actually, before, there was never a player before his time that was any good. Well, except maybe Wayne Gretzky, but still, Mario was the man, I'm telling you. I mean, I was a big fan of the Penguins during his days, not like now, but Mario, he was a man, I'm telling you.
Well, you also got Gordie Howe within that mix.
Well, oh yeah, well, Gordie Howe, like, for his time, he was a man too. I mean, sure, he didn't win as many championships with the Red Wings, mainly because of the Canadians. In fact, another thing that me and Cole like to talk about is hockey. And so if you don't like hockey that much, well, I'm sorry, but that's what we both like to talk about.
Yeah.
But that's all I have to say about that. But no, Gordie Howe, very amazing. In fact, he was the one that initially set the record for most goals scored and assists and points. He was the original trendsetter, and but he did win a couple of championships with the Wings. Very great player.
Yeah. Definitely deserved the Hall of Fame when he was playing.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Wait, was he inducted when he was still playing?
No, I think he was one of only 10 players that the year he retired, he was inducted in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, first ballot Hall of Famers?
Well, actually, no, it's special exemption list.
Oh, okay.
But only 10 players have ever hit that one, and it'll never happen again. Wayne Gretzky being the last.
Oh, wow. Well, you know what? I mean, come on. Wayne Gretzky, he was a man right there. I mean, he was... I mean, for Edmonton, I mean, he won 4 championships, and while he never won another championship again, it just shows that, you know, without a great team that Wayne Gretzky had when he was in Edmonton, it just wasn't the same. And even though he brought... There were a couple of times when he was close to the Stanley Cup championship. Like, the closest he ever came after that was with the Los Angeles Kings in 1993. I remember that because, well, actually I was there because I watched it on television. But yeah, that was the closest he ever gotten to winning another championship, which sadly he never did. But for what it was, Wayne was the man.
Yeah, but there's also a bit of controversy to him getting to the finals within that one too. I can set the stage for you. Game 6 of the Western Conference Final, when the Toronto Maple Leafs and the LA Kings were facing off. Wayne high-sticked Dougie Gilmour, and Kerry Fraser, who was the referee at the time, actually missed the call, or didn't even call the high stick, which led the Kings to ultimately eliminating the Leafs. So
you know what? Now, go ahead.
So the finals for '93 could have been different, but it wasn't.
Mm-hmm. Well, what he's talking about is the fact that his favorite team, the Toronto Maple Leafs...
Actually, growing up, I was a Montreal Canadiens fan. I just pointed that out because that was a fact on it.
Oh, well, that is true because, I mean, Wayne. I mean, he got away with something on Doug Gilmour, and Doug Gilmour is actually a good player. And in fact, I remember his days. Like, I mean, looking back on history, though, I remember his days with the Monday Night Miracle Blues, 1986. I remember that one, as well as his time with the '89 Stanley Cup champion Calgary Flames.
Hmm.
Like, I remember his times with those teams, and he was a really good player. And the fact that he got high sticked in the head, it just that's kind of something he'll be remembered for, or is he remembered for that? I don't know, but still.
Not really remember for it. It's more of how Kerry Fraser's remembered.
Oh yes, Gary Fraser. I'm sorry. Yeah, blew the call. He's like Don Dinkinger for hockey, as Don Dinkinger was for baseball. Um, I don't know if you remember Don Dinkinger, Cole.
Not offhand. I think he could have been the one to blow. He blew a call somewhere. I just can't remember where, what year.
What year? Oh, well, no, he blew the call in the 6th game of the 1985 World Series between the St. Louis Cardinals and the Kansas City Royals. And legend has it that he blew the call. It was going to be like the Royals already had one out, and it was just a routine play at first base. But apparently, Don Dinkinger was a half step late because what happened was, if you look at the replay, by half a step, the guy is out. That should be out number 2, but instead he calls him safe. And that, coupled with a couple of other things, and the Royals were able to take Game 6 in the 9th inning and ultimately series in 7. It's just that the Cardinals blamed him for that call, which I still remember that. But anyway, enough. But how are you, though, with the sports? Do you like talking about that?
No, I don't mind. It depends on, like, when it comes to hockey, I got the biggest knowledge.
Oh, okay.
Certain other sports, it depends on my knowledge. But, like, I can go back as far as, I'd say, as far, well, could be even further than maybe 89 or 90. I could tell you, like, who captained what team
Yeah.
for Stanley Cup.
Wow, that is pretty good. I mean, I know some things because I did some research, but still. But yeah, you know, this is just a microcosm of us talking about sports. I mean, we could go on and on, but let's not do that. You know, for the sake of the audience, at least.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure about 4 or 5 of them are asleep right now during this segment.
Yeah. Let's see.